everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Planet Zoo. My name's Halcyon Chris, and this is episode 34 and a half of Perseid Zoo. If you're wondering why it's a half episode, it's because, well, I haven't quite gotten all the content done that I wanted to get done for, I guess I should say all the building I wanted to get done for the full episode 35. But seeing how it's been a month between episodes so far, I figured I'd give you guys all an update. So here we are in our latest section of the zoo, Furaha Station. It is actually Swahili for happiness. So we are in Happiness Station. This is the old trading town for the industry, like all industry kind of converged here is my thought. We've got the old railroad track here being overgrown, reclaimed by the jungle, if you will. And it lines up with our railroad bridge that we built for our Savannah exhibit over there. And then we also have the boat ride down there, which I'm imagining is the wharf, but I'll get to that in just a second. So the town is kind of modeled after kind of like a bit of a northern African vibe. You know, it's got the minarets, but I also kind of wanted to go a little bit with like Indian. I want this to kind of feel like a little bit of a mix of cultures. You know, that we've got, you know, all these different things converging right here on this railroad town. You know, it's kind of the crossroads of different trade routes. So the thought is, you know, there's going to be a lot of different cultures. It's going to have kind of a blend of building styles here, but mostly kind of still feel like you're in, you know, Africa, specifically like Northern Africa, but still kind of feel like you're in a jungle. I really wanted to capture like this town is just like plopped in the middle of the jungle. And if we come through here, the main gates, I guess it's not really a gate, but the main kind of welcome arch here with the two wooden elephants. You know, you look over to the left. I mean, those trees there are towering over the buildings. You know, I wanted to feel that, like I said, this is just plopped in the middle of the jungle. That it just grew up along these vital trade routes, and this just happened to be the center point. You know, it had its boom in maybe like the late 1800s, and then maybe towards like the 1940s, 1950s, it kind of started to decline. And then it had a new renaissance with tourism. You know, there's this pristine, middle of nowhere town, and this pristine jungle and this pristine savanna. And that's kind of, you know, attracted a whole bunch of tourists, you know, out here towards the, like the Savannah exhibit over here, and the old plantations maybe became lodges. That's kind of the thought behind it. So, like I said, you walk through the main archways here, and you kind of come to this little bazaar area. Not bizarre as in it's odd, but bazaar as in marketplace. I don't know. Maybe you guys think it's a little odd, but anyway, I like it. So you come here, you can get like all your little curios, and I kind of wish we had like some animatronics or something, just to kind of plop down around here to add a little bit more life to these little market stalls that I built. So we've got these little, you know, you can come get your authentic handmade pottery, come get your authentic handmade carpet, come get your authentic handmade oranges. You know, all these little like knick-knack shops that you see in kind of these touristy areas, you know, trying to grab your attention and say, hey, come buy my stuff. And then across the way, we've got the Furaha station. And this used to be the old train depot. I imagine that there used to be a whole lot more kind of platforms, warehouses, but they've just all been reclaimed by the jungle or reclaimed by the villagers, you know, taken down, dismantled, scrap parts. But we have still the original train station with the little depot house there. But now it's used for shows. You know, we have maybe like 5-10 minute quick little, you know, a performer will come out here and maybe play the drums for 5-10 minutes, you know, let people kind of gather. Maybe someone will come out and put on a little show with the animals. You know, have a couple birds, have a couple little monkeys or something. You know, just kind of like a little like cultural, you know, taste of culture show. You know, showcasing different cultures of Africa. You know, come out here, play their music, do maybe like a little dance or something. You know, just something very quick, very brief. Obviously, there's no seating around here anywhere, so I wanted it to be kind of a little like, oh look, there's someone there, let's gather around, you know, but it's quick enough that the crowd doesn't form and clog this area too much. And then we come over here and we have our little I call it like a little like courtyard dining area. We've got a couple different food stalls here. We've got an ice cream shop. We've got a Pip Shot juice. We have some French fries. Then we've got the little seating around the tree here. You can still see a little bit of the remnants of the railroad track. You know, you get some falling down like telegraph poles. They're leaning out over there into the jungle. See, here's one here. I'm kind of imagining like these buildings maybe came a little bit afterwards. You know, that's kind of why they were a little bit set apart. They're not completely attached with those ones over there. And they got slightly different building style. You know, like they came afterwards and they were just kind of like ramshackle thrown together, because the railroad track here, you can see the track there, you know, it would have run through them over here. So obviously they weren't there during the industrial boom. But, you know, they were built a little bit afterwards, maybe with the tourism starting to come in here. That's why they look a little bit different than the other buildings. So the other ones, you know, they're all kind of like uniform height. They're all about 2 wide. I wanted to kind of make those ones look like the original, kind of like old quarter. You know, that's where the merchants lived. That's where the farm bosses lived. You know, they got their large like rooftop gardens and stuff. You know, this was a lot more wealthy. But then over here, this is a lot more geared towards like tourism, and you know, they're smaller, maybe like one family, no servants or anything, just kind of like a, hey, we're opening up a food stall. Then we come kind of around here, the bend, we kind of start getting back into some of those larger houses. Before I go down that corner, I want to showcase one little thing over here. So we've got our little information booth here. It is a actually just a little tours destination is what I'm thinking of. So I imagine this is where you come purchase your tickets for the boat ride or the Jeep tour. And, you know, it's kind of themed around, like, here's a little, like, you know, jungle tour area. Come here, get your tour tickets, what have you. Then over here in this much more colorful area, I'm envisioning that this is kind of like a more of a merchant's corridor. They're kind of like down this little alley, so, you know, probably before they like ended up, it looked a little sketchy. You're looking down there like, oh man, I don't want to go down there. I'm going to get, you know, mugged. You know, it's kind of close quarters. So the merchants down here went through and painted. They hung up a bunch of Christmas lights, you know, kind of made it kind of like, oh, look at this. This is cool. This is fun. Let's go down here. You know, I want to see what's down here. And you've got like this kind of cluttered little merchant stall here with all kinds of curios and knickknacks. And then same thing over here, just, you know, wall-to-wall pottery, rugs, carpets, what have you. Then you come out over here and you've got this nice little kind of like central courtyard area. You've got these little murals. Kind of comes out here into like another little plaza area with some more artwork and stuff. I haven't finished anything over here, so don't don't judge me yet. But this is kind of like just a little courtyard. You can come in here, you can come sit, you know, kind of enjoy, you know, get a little bit of a breather. Come down a little bit further. And now we are kind of back on the main track again. If you look over here, you can see our elephants for the entrance. We have kind of these larger buildings here. I envision that this red one here is like a hotel. Because we come up here, it's got a nice little terrace. It's got lots of space, lots of rooms. And there's like this little hammock out here. You can sit out here. You can, you know, look over the savannah, watch the elephants and the giraffes. And then you have like down here, someone stashing, you know, a bottle of something, you know, something special maybe. maybe it's a staff person's, secret stash. He comes up here. I can't deal with these guests anymore. All they do is complain about how the view from here is okay. And he goes up there and takes a swig. And this is kind of the spot where I kind of just finished building up. I've got a couple more detail work to do, especially over here to this restaurant. But we have another kind of little plaza area over here, another little bazaar here where you can come buy all kinds of little knickknacks, curios, what have you. Then we have this restaurant. So I imagine there's seating inside, but then upstairs is kind of where it's really at. So we've got a little drink place, and I wish we could like rename drinks, because I imagine like this would also be like, hey, come up here, have a glass of wine, have an old fashioned, have a, kind of have an alcoholic beverage, and sit up here in the shade around these little fire pits in the winter. It would be kind of a nice little relaxing atmosphere. I was kind of thinking a little bit like when I was at Universal Studios, that Riverwalk area that they have there. And like there was I can't remember the name of it exactly, but there's a chocolate place there. It's just tons of chocolate, right? And it's got outdoor seating, and they have these amazing like alcoholic chocolate beverages that are fantastic. So I'm kind of envisioning a place like that, not necessarily chocolate, but you come up here, maybe it's a lot more like fruity beverages, a lot more like tropical themed beverages. And you come up here and you have your I don't know, like mangrove martini or something. And you enjoy it up here on the balcony, watching the people kind of down below, just kind of doing some people watching while you're catching your breath from the park. Now you come out over here. In this area, I'm envisioning is the old like warehouse for the boat launch. So these bricks here are recycled from the old brick warehouse buildings. I'm sure you've seen those and can picture them in your mind, like those old, late 1800s, early 1900s, massive brick buildings with those huge, glass skylights. And you usually find them in like the old industrial districts. They're run down, they're dirty looking, kind of an eyesore now, but really kind of, I think they're cool. But obviously, they're run down, they're falling apart. So I envision like they've torn down most of the buildings and they've kind of reclaimed them. So we've got the old, brickwork here. It's been redone into this mural. And then you'll come out here, and this is the loading queue for the boat ride. You've got the old, pier pylons down there. And then you would kind of walk across here. And then this is where I think I'm going to have the last, standing brick warehouse building down there. To load into the boat ride. Now back here, like I was saying, this building is the hotel, so I imagine like you can stay in this kind of block here, and you would have hotel windows, looking out over the boat ride, kind of into the savannah a little bit, and that would kind of be a place where you can stay in the park, in the zoo overnight, which I think would be a really cool experience. I didn't put any windows down here, mainly because I don't want someone, throwing stuff out at the animals for one, or I don't want, an elephant charging through a window, into someone's bedroom. So that's why there's like no windows down here on the ground floor. I also imagine like that's kind of more like the staff wing. Under here you would have like all of your kitchens, your laundry, the stuff that's important for running a small hotel like this. But up here would be all your guest rooms, so they would be able to look out. I think that's a pretty good view there. Look out into the savannah there. So yeah, that's where we are right now. We are working on Furaha Station. Probably in the next episode, I plan on having if I zoom out here and get my mouse. So I plan on having this section done here, and then hopefully the boat section done. And then after that, I don't think I want to go into Africa for a little while. I think I'll start working on maybe some Indian exhibits down here, work on this waterfall, get some, I've been craving to do a gorilla enclosure. I know those are actually in Africa, but some sort of, primate enclosure. So I think we'll probably transition maybe into India and Africa over here, so I can do some primate enclosures, because I've been dying to do some. But anyway, that's the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. If you have any suggestions or ideas, I would love to hear them. Oh, and before I forget, I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the comments to publish, well, a lot. I get maybe like one comment on every 10 videos, but some of you have been asking infrequently to publish this park out to the Steam Workshop. So I'm going to do that. There'll be a link in the description. You'll be able to download the park right then and there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely looking forward to building this city out and getting it finished. But yeah, that's where we are, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe, take care, see you, bye.